welcome to everyone. And for those on the call, Happy New Year to you and your loved ones. What a great way to start off 2024 by basically what do you need to do to really springboard your business in 2024. And these, as we have been noted, are the Opulence Commandments. And I guess I just want to start the call by asking everyone, in their own words, what would they say is the meaning of commandment? What does commandment mean? If everyone can just share in the chat what their view is of commandment and what commandment means to them. And I know I can't really see the chat, so I'm not really sure. I'm sure people are coming up with some very, very unique words. I know the commandments are something synonymous typically with the Bible, but I actually did a quick search online, and the actual description of commandment is a mandate, it's decree, it's an imperative, it's an order. And a lot of these commandments or orders that you hear about are, maybe they're military based, maybe they're based on some sort of a hierarchy, given down to someone telling them what to do. Now, obviously, you're running your own business, and no one's going to tell you what to do. But we believe that these are things that you need to do because they're going to help you. Maybe you look at these commandments and you think it's not a big deal because you may view yourself as a superstar, so to speak. But guess why you need to do this? I mean, in our business, one of the key things is about being duplication, and showing people sort of steps and a process that they can follow to make sure they succeed. And if you don't do these things, guess who's also not doing them? Your team. And guess who's being hurt? In most cases, your team, because a lot of them need guidance. And this is guidance that's going to really take them forward to make sure they're doing all the key components to keep them connected and keep them progressing towards success in this business. So it's definitely something that's really important and something that everyone needs to follow diligently. So we're gonna move on from here. So commandment number one, and it's a very, very basic commandment. You basically want to become a lifestyle advisor. In our business, we always say that it's not where you start, it's where you finish. And our CEO always states that we don't need your money, we need your talent. But so in the case where you can't start as a lifestyle advisor, we've got you covered. We've got many ways that you can start at whatever membership makes sense for you, and you can progress to become a lifestyle advisor. Now, why is it important to become a lifestyle advisor? What's in it for you? First of all, you want to maximize your earning potential, meaning you want to make sure you can make the maximum amount of money possible. I mean, in every single business, that is really, the key driver for everyone who's running a business is to try to maximize their earning potential. You want to maximize your buying power, which again is going to maximize your earnings, because if you could buy the product at a lower price, when you retail it, you're again going to make the maximum earnings possible. You want to be eligible for MGRS, which we know is a huge component in the success that drives, the success of our partners globally around the world, where you can now participate in what's happening in all the markets that are booming. Markets like Asia, Taiwan, China. Now imagine that you can actually share in, the success of those markets, whether you have a team there or not. And we also know that this is the first step to all the amazing benefits and rewards that are available in this company. So you need to find a way to get there. And, the ways you can get there is, one, you can launch as a lifestyle advisor right away, which again is amazing because it puts you, at the top of the earnings potential of the company. You can mentor your way there, using PGV, a generation of PGV, which is your group volume, right? So now your personal group volume, you can sell your way there to become a lifestyle advisor. So again, we don't need your money, we need your talent. And again, I really love this because there are people who may be financially challenged where the investment to start as a lifestyle advisor may be difficult for them, but they can outwork any one of us on the call. they can put their nose to the grindstone and they can actually get very, very busy, and they can outperform many of us because of their drive, because of their determination, because of their their passion to succeed. And so in a lot of cases, I would sometimes prefer someone like that who is going to get started at whatever membership they can get started at, but they're going to get to work and they're going to get the job done. And so let's talk about how you can become a lifestyle advisor. There's 4 ways to become an LA lifestyle advisor from BP. One, I mean, you can purchase your lifestyle advisor membership, again, just by generating the additional 1,300 PV or credits. Once you become an L, once you purchase your way there, you're going to get your 100 exit tokens. And for all of you who were on the call yesterday, the Zoom call, what an amazing day yesterday was with the launch of our exit. And I know this is a little bit of a diversion from what we're discussing, but how can we not talk about what an amazing day it was, how exciting it was to see, the first few trades executed on exit and see what that token has done so far. But again, I digress. Now, what does that do for you? One, it gives you the maximum purchasing discount of 30%, and it makes you eligible for your additional 10% smart buy. Again, once you actually purchase your smart buys 3 months in a row, now you're going to be able to get an additional 10% discount off of your product purchases. You can mentor your way to LA, and you can mentor your way by producing 1,300 personal group volume. And for those on the line who may not know what PGV is, that's the acronym for personal group volume. That's the activity of your level 1 partners. Now, who are your level 1 partners? Your level 1 partners are the people that you personally introduce. And it's your responsibility to make sure they are doing what they need to do. You're providing them the access to the knowledge base and the access to the training, the proper guidance to make sure that they're doing the key things to drive their business, which in turn will help you to drive your business. So every time your level 1 partners basically do a product purchase or any sort of sales and CV value, that qualifies you for PGV. Anytime your level 1 partners, VIP shoppers, generate new retail sales, again, that generates group volume in your PGV. And every time your level 1 partners launch new shops or generate or create or upgrade their membership, that also creates PGV. And once you've generated 1,300 PGV, now you will upgrade again from BP up to an LA. Now, you can also sell your way there. Now, this one you need to do in your first 90 days. This is not an unlimited time frame for you to be able to do this, but if in your first 90 days, you can actually create the sales that are going to generate 1,300 PV, that's going to now offer you an opportunity to upgrade. Now, why 90 days? One of the biggest components of our business and our industry is creating momentum. And the start of any initiative is probably the most important thing. You heard our CEO talk about how important the start of exit was, because how something starts is indicative of what people can expect in terms of the success of any venture. So now you need to make sure that in the first 30, 60, 90 days, you really launch your business explosively, because that's what's going to attract people to you. If you just are doing it by, happenstance, every once in a while, you're spending it, paying attention to your business, the first thing people are going to ask you is, how is it going for you? And now you're going to fumble. Now you're going to basically be all, not knowing what to say because you're in an awkward position. But how great is it for someone to say, how's it going for you, to actually have a story of success that you can share with them? What does that do for them? It builds their confidence that they're connected to the right leader. And that's something that you want to make sure you position yourself to be able to do that right out of the gate. And now As I said, you can't get started, guess what? You can launch your way to LA. So now you can get started as a brand partner, and you can launch two brand partners within 30 days. And now you can actually upgrade for free to be a lifestyle advisor. So what does that mean? Again, it's about momentum. So from the day you launch the first BP, as long as you launch another BP within 30 days of that first launch, you can actually upgrade. So there's no specific time frame on when this has to occur, but those two launches need to be done within 30 days. So if you launch one and then you don't launch another one for 60 days, that doesn't qualify you. You need to launch the first one, then launch the second one within the 30-day time frame, and then that's going to now qualify you for the free upgrade. So let's move on to commandment number 2. You need to set your smart buy. And the smart buy is an easy order processing system that's set in place to do a number of things for you. One, it protects your team sales volume. We all know that we get paid to infinity on every sale and every transaction that happens in our organizations. The one thing that protects that volume is your monthly smart buy. Without that monthly smart buy, you no longer qualify to earn income from your team sales. So again, it qualifies your business to build residual income. It makes you eligible for preferred partner discounts. And again, we talked about maximizing your earning potential. So now being able to be eligible for that additional 10% discount, the discount is 37% on all of your purchases, so that when you sell the product, you're going to make the most amount of profit after your first 3 consecutive months of ordering your 150. That's going to make you eligible for that. Now, when you do choose a product bundle as your smart buy, you are going to get access to free potential bonuses in terms of bonus products. And you can see on this slide, I'm hoping everyone can see it clearly, that you may get a free toothbrush, you may get a free microsilver toothpaste, you may get a free mask. And so at the end of the day, there's additional value that's in place for you to again benefit from that commitment of your smart buy. The thing that I love about it is you can also build your own smart buy. So, unlike a lot of other opportunities where you have, something that's synonymous in our industry called auto ship, where they ship you products whether you need it or not, and you've got closets of product that you have challenges moving because you may not have enough customers for that product. Our company gives you a lot of flexibility to be able to order what you need when you need it. So now you run out of your Pos Sensual. Maybe this month you're going to order Pos Sensual as that smart buy option. Maybe you run out of your FOL, or you have a lot of customers ordering FOL in a particular month. Now you can decide that this month it's going to be FOL. So, the great thing about it is you have the flexibility to order what you need as you need it, when you need it, so that, again, depending on your client's orderings, but depending on what you need for your family, you can actually create that smart buy the way that based on what you need for your product. And the big thing though for your smart buy is you need to make sure that your smart buy, and this goes into you again this next slide, you need to make sure you're ordering enough product to again qualify you for your proper shop level. So, again, if you don't need products, you can also decide to go with the shopping credit option, where you just purchase shopping credits. And the great thing is those credits sit there for you because maybe that month you have enough product, if that is ever possible, because I know how much of a challenge it is, to have enough product. But let's say you did, a big ordering a month or 2 months before, and you have enough product that you don't need to order anything specifically. You can actually decide to use your shopping credit option, where you just deposit the money in your shopping account to use on later months. So again, every partner has a backup shopping credit subscription at the time of shop launch to protect you, so that if by chance something happens where your actual smart buy order doesn't go through, this will go through as a protective measure to make sure we protect your business and protect all of your sales accumulation so that your volume always sits there. So now these options are based on the minimum requirement of your shop level, and it can be 35, 75, 150, 250. 35 we don't use very much. It's something that used to be used by a lot of our customers, and it's not something that someone who's a serious builder would ever suggest them looking at, because again, it doesn't really qualify you to build the business. It's really just a sales op or sort of a savings option potential for customers. So for us, we're looking at the $75 option. But if you're at 75, again, you're not maximizing your income potential. And so everyone should be at 150. And if you have your eye on the variance bonus, your target should be 250 because that actually will qualify you for all the variance bonus accumulation that happens month over month. And again, you don't want to leave any money on the table, and we know how powerful the variance bonus is. It's something that all of our partners look forward to every 15th of the month, and it's something that we should all be striving for and really pushing to make sure that we actually can take our share of that off the table. So commandment number 3, and this is something you should do right from day one. If you haven't done it, I want you to pull out your smartphone right now. I want you to actually take a shot of this QR code, and I want you to download this app immediately. Forget the procrastination, forget doing it later. You want to do this right now. You want to download your mobile app because it's a better experience at your fingertips for getting access to your products, getting access to all of your information about your business, where you're sitting, being able to order, even registering new partners can be done quite simply from the app. So it's faster, it's convenient, easier access. And again, the company's going to be utilizing this for exclusive promotions that they're going to be, driving through the apps. And this is something that is so amazing because, and you can just quickly pull out your phone, just quickly log in, make a sort of basic changes to your account. You can place your orders online. And again, something's coming up. Oh, geez, I forgot to place my order. Great. Just pull out your phone, log in, and order your FOL. Order your new mouthwash. So again, when we were on the webinar the other day and they launched the webinar promotion for the new microsilver mouthwash, first thing I did was I pulled out my phone on my app and ordered it while we were on the call. Before the call was over, that my order was already processed or in process, so that I know that I was going to get that product right away as soon as it was launched. Number 4, again, you don't want to leave anything on the table. So now, if you're a brand new partner and you just launched within, within 72 of the week hours of your launch, you want to download your app and you want to spin the launch wheel, because now you're going to get access to free, goodies. Maybe you get lucky and you get, a forensic networker box, a hat, different types of marketing material for you to be able to use in your business. And so this is something that's available to our partners. And the one thing you don't want to hear as your upline is from your new partner, if I only knew, if I knew, if I knew, if I knew. Because if they say, if I knew, basically the onus is on you, because you are the one who didn't share the information with them. So this is something you need to take all your new partners through. As soon as they get started, they need to go through this 30 days training and make sure they do all of these key things, because this is going to help them to have success in their business, and it's going to give them all the tools, the resources, and the guidance that they need to basically make sure they're on track to have success in our business, which we know is extremely important. Commandment number 5, you want to add corporate to your contact list. and you have a list of all of the corporate numbers right here. So again, if you don't have these, I want you to take a screenshot of this, and I want you to put these in your phone and put them under your safe senders list. Make sure you put their names on it. Opulence Global World Headquarters, Opulence Global, if you're in Asia, Opulence Global Asia Headquarters. So if you're in Asia, you probably want both. You want the world headquarters, you want the Asia headquarters on your phone. So when it pops up, you can see this is a really important call. It's not a spam call. It's from a company that you need to respond to and you need to answer. Because if corporate is calling you, the office, it's important. And it's something that you need to deal with right away. So again, the order line, WeChat, WhatsApp groups, there's no shortage of places where we can go to for guidance, for support, for information. And that's why these numbers are critical. So again, add Opulence Global phone numbers to your mobile contact list so that you can recognize them when they call you. You want to store the department's dedicated information on WhatsApp as well as on WeChat. Add their email to your safe senders list. So when you do get emails, you don't want it to go into spam. We know that Gmail is renowned for dumping things in spam when they think it may be marketing calls, and so you don't want them to assume it's a marketing call when it's something, or a marketing email, and they dump it in your spam and it was something important that you needed to action right away. Again, you want to subscribe to your weekly newsletter because you need to stay connected. You need to be the first person to know everything that's happening in your business, because when your partners come to you, it is very embarrassing when they know something before you do. Again, it shows you're not connected. It shows that you're not really engaged, and it will damage your credibility with your team. Again, if you didn't personally create your password in your account, you need to do that, and you need to keep that private. I mean, it's astounding to me that people would give away their password to basically their bank account. How many people online have people who know your personal PIN numbers to your bank account, who know your personal password to your online banking platform? So why would you allow someone to have access to, in essence, your bank account? And again, it's something I've run across over time where people have, for whatever purpose, given away their passwords. You do not want to do that. So again, keep it personal, keep it private, because it has financial and personal information there that you don't want to necessarily, have out in the public. Commandment number 6, again, follow the company on social media. You want to be the first to know any new development that's happening in the company, any new information, any new promotions, any new releases. You want to be the first to know. You want to like, you want to comment, and you want to share the posts. The company does a lot of work behind the scenes to help promote and market, all the new products that is coming to, out from time to time. And the easiest thing for you to do is just like, comment, and share your posts on your timelines. So again, people know that you are actively engaged in something. They know that you're actively engaged in building something. And whether you believe it or not, they're looking at you. People that maybe you called them about the business a year ago, and you think that they're on the sidelines and they're not paying attention. They are, because guess what? Maybe you've tried things in the past and they feel that you weren't really committed, and now they want to see, I want to join Brian, but before I join him, I need to see that he's really committed to this opportunity. I don't want to join him and have Brian, flake out again like he did the last 3 times that he invited me to an opportunity. I need to see that he's serious. Once I see that Brian's serious, I think I'm going to join him. But if they're watching and they're saying that they're not seeing that you're not really engaged and you're not really focused, they're thinking, I like Opulence, but I don't know if I want to actually, be Brian's partner. I think I need to search out a new partner. You don't want that to happen. So you want to show, your community that this is something that you're all in on. It's not something that you're just doing, haphazardly. You're doing it with focus and you're doing it with the intention to succeed. Again, you want to post your product testimonials on the private Facebook group for the company. Again, and you that way, not only are you giving people access to data that they can use for their potential customers, but now as they share, it's helping you in your sales efforts because now you have information about how the different products are helping people all over the world. So now when you're speaking to your prospects and you're finding out their challenges, you have something that you can share with them. You have value that you can offer them, which is extremely important because that's what we're doing. We're out there finding, where people have need, and their needs can be in different places. It can be financial, it can be health wise, it can be so many different things that they need. But if we don't know what they're looking for, we don't know what to provide them. We don't we want to be solution providers. We don't want to be salespeople just going out and flagging and kind of hawk stuff. We want to be able to be in tune with what's happening in our community, find out what people are challenged with, and give them, maybe solutions that can help them to deal with those challenges and address them to make their lives better. Again, you want to get inspired by your other partners' success stories. And again, that's why sharing is so important. Not only your success, but, be engaged in the success of your other partners and be joyful when they succeed because, what they did to succeed is something that you now can duplicate and experience the same success. So again, be part of the Opulence Global Nation official page. And again, it's a safe place to introduce your new partners, share your stories and comment and give your ideas and motivation to your other opulence partners as they progress through their opulence journey. So here are the social media accounts. And again, I'm going to pause on this slide for a little bit because I want everyone to, one, take a screenshot. More than that, I want you to open up your Instagram account and I want you to add these accounts as in those accounts so that you can be, again, notified of all the new developments. If you didn't do this when you launched, you've been around for a little while, it's time to do it today. As I said before, no procrastination. Do it now, do it now, do it now. I was doing a personal development course a while back, and one of the key things that they actually instilled in us is the fact of do it now, do it now. Anything that you can do, if you're going to make a prospecting call and it hits your mind to do a prospecting call, do it now. Don't, not 5 minutes, not 10 minutes, do it now. And if that's something that you can actually instill in yourself, guess what? You are so much closer to your success than you know. Because at the end of the day, there's so much procrastination that keeps us from achieving success. And it's just because our nature is to put things off. Maybe because of fear, maybe because of whatever the rationalization is. But if you now put that in your as your framework to do it immediately, one, you're going to get more things done throughout the day. And I guarantee you're going to be one step closer to success every time you do those things that are important to you immediately. So again, subscribe to the YouTube page and channels. They have a lot of tutorials, training videos, weekly webinars, and recordings. You want to do that for Opulence Global. You want to do it for the Forensic Networker. And now you also want to do it for the Exit. So you want to be in tune on everything that's going on every social media platform and learn how to use it to your benefit to, again, share your message with your global community, which again is going to help you achieve your success. Commandment number 7, register for iPayout. And this is something that everyone should do from day one because, this is how we get paid. So you want to set up your preferred method of withdrawing your earnings from iPayout. You can load your earnings in iPayout from your Opulence wallet, and then you can transfer that payment whether it's to your bank account, or if you have a payout card, you can load that card. And this is something that everyone should do right from day one. A lot of things we do in life, a lot of the subconscious things that we do is what leads us to our success. So, if you haven't actually set up your Opulence payout card, subconsciously, your mind is thinking you're not expecting to get paid. So, again, we stand in our way so in so many instances of our success because we're not really ready to succeed. And our mind knows, when we are in turn potentially misleading or lying to ourselves. And guess what? Our mind has a funny way of doing things based on what it believes that we believe that we're going to do. And it may sound crazy to you or a little bit hokey, but I really do believe that our mind plays an important part in our success. Our belief, which again is predicated on what we're telling ourselves, our self-talk, and what we're are preaching to ourselves. It's easy for us to tell the outward community one thing, but in your mind, you have to believe that in order to really achieve the success that you're looking to achieve. So, the small thing of, oh, I don't have commissions yet, so I'm not going to set up my payout account. I implore you, set up your iPayout account today. Whether you've earned a penny with the company or not, subconsciously, you need to be in a position for success. And if you're setting up, let me ask you a question. If you were launching a brand new company, could you launch the company without a bank account? Can you launch a company without a way to actually transact and a way to, get your money? No. First thing you need to do is go to the bank. You set up a bank account. You do your budgeting. You do your plan of how you're going to create the success. Your marketing strategy, all those key things, which are all things that you're going to learn here. But without a way to collect your earnings, are you really in business? And yeah, you can house it on your e-wallet. Yeah, you can do that. But the next step is, how are you going to transfer that from your e-wallet to your pocket? Is through iPayout. And again, it's something that you need to do. Do it now. Commandment number 8. And this again is imperative to your success. You want to meet and get to know your My Five. Um, your My Five. I'm a huge advocate of utilizing and creating your My Five. You want to build your support system. Your My Five are your 5 qualified upline business partners. This may, depending on where you're positioned, and for most people, it's going to include some of the top earners in the company in 99% of the cases. Because again, you're committed, you're connected to the serious builders. Not just people who are just doing it as a passing fancy. You're going to be connected to people who are making it happen. And again, this may even include some of the millionaires in our company. Your My Five is your support system that is committed to helping you succeed in business. They are there for you. So again, when you need help, you need guidance, the great thing is you can shoot it in the My Five group, pick up the phone, make a phone call, say Brian, say Ronan, say Renee, I need help with something. And I would challenge you that if you need help with something, you should be able to get a hold of at least one of your My Five who can hopefully, give you information about what you need or what you're challenged with, within a fairly short time frame. And that's why we have 5. It's not limited to 5, by the way. So as you are in the business longer term, you're going to meet other people who are in your leadership, and there's nothing wrong with adding them to your My Five group, whether you have a group that you have on WhatsApp, or whatever tool you're using as communication. I know that on my team they create sort of a WhatsApp group, and again, where we can actually link all of those upline support personnel, let's say, into that group so that when someone has a question, they can put that question in the group and someone can, answer it, answer it. The one thing I would say again, if you're in the group and someone posts a question, don't assume that someone else is going to answer it. If you're there and the question is posted and it's something that you can actually respond to, then respond. If you can't respond, maybe you let some of the other partners who are in the group who maybe for whatever reason they're busy or they're not paying attention to the group, say, hey, you know what, Brian posted something in the group. I don't know the answer myself, or I want to give it to you to answer because I think you'd be better suited to answer that question. So again, drive, that team to support that person so that again, they feel, that connection and they know that when they place something in the group, it's going to get actioned and it's going to get addressed and it's going to get addressed in a timely fashion. Commandment number 9, study the prosperity book. The prosperity book is, in essence, a roadmap to success. And if you haven't got your prosperity book, you haven't opened your prosperity book, or you haven't, done the things in the prosperity book that it tells you to do, guess what? I don't care if you've been in the business for 15 years, 14 years, you need to pull out that prosperity book and you will need, today is the first day of your business and you need to action and do the things the prosperity book is telling you to do. Again, you may be a superstar and you may feel that you don't need to do it, but in essence, when you don't do the things that you're that is part of these commandments, you're actually discrediting, all the leaders who have put this stuff together there for your team because you're telling the team, oh, it's not important. That's not something of any value because you're not doing it, they're gonna follow you. And Ramin always says the good thing about network marketing is that people will do what you do. That's also the bad thing. Because if you're doing the good things, that's great. They're going to follow you. And 90% of the time, they may not even do it at 100% of what you're doing it at. So they're going to do it at 90 or 80%. But the bad thing about network marketing is that they're going to do what you do. So they're also going to do the bad things, the things that don't really benefit themselves. And that's why it's critical for you to be an example of what people need to do to have success. So, you need to look within yourself and say, okay, what are the things that I need to improve on? And maybe that's your chore or your task or your your mandate for 2024 is to do that self-reflection and to say, what do I need to improve on? And then focus your attention on those things so that, again, people can know exactly what again, what you need to improve on so that you can be that better example that you want to be for your partner and for your team. You want to take time to study the book. And again, it's to guide you through your opulence journey. And depending on where you are in that journey, you need to go back to the book over and over again to say, okay, I've done this. I'm now an LD1. What do I need to do to become LD2? I'm now an LD2. What do I need to do to become an LD3? And this is something you go back to every single month. So this month you had your achievements, whatever those achievements may have been. Next month you go back and you say, hey, I hit that target. Let me go back now. It's my next 30 days is in the next 30 days, I want to become an LD2. So what do I need to do to become an LD2? What do I need to do in my business to make sure I hit those targets and keep progressing on my journey of success, whatever that journey, that success looks like for you? Because everyone's level of success is going to be different. Although our business is a business that can generate millionaires, not everyone wants to be a millionaire. And there's nothing wrong with that. The thing is that a lot of times we are trying to instill, what we have as our goals and our, our targets, and we're trying to push that on other people. And there's nothing wrong with that, but at the end of the day, we need to sit down and find out why are they in the business, what's important for them, and then just help them to get to wherever they want to get to. Maybe they just want to make 100K, and maybe they just want to make enough to be able to, set themselves up for retirement. The good thing is once they get there, there's nothing wrong with them reassessing their goals and resetting their targets. But a lot of times it's like, oh, why do you want to make 100,000? Well, you should want to make 1 million. And yeah, maybe they should, but if that's not their target, that's not their target. Let people decide what is their rationale for doing the business, and then just support them to do what they deem as the important things for themselves. And guess what? When they hit those targets, like, oh, I'm here already. Oh, maybe it's a good idea for me to try and expand my vision, because maybe in their mind, they thought that that was the limit of what they could achieve. And I talked about our mind previously being, one of the key things that drives us to succeed and will also drive us to fail. So now if we tell someone that they can be a millionaire, but in their mind, they don't see themselves as a millionaire, guess what comes up in their mind? Anyone have any ideas? What pops up in their mind when you're telling them to do something that they don't believe that is possible for them based on where they are at the currently in their life? They're thinking, oh, it's too good to be true. They're thinking, oh, this is just, this is not for real. Because again, if you're going to tell someone who struggles to make $60,000 a year that they're going to make $1 million a year, in their mind, they're thinking all these things are coming up as to the rationalization as to why they don't want to do it. And so just let people be wherever they are, and support them where they are. You want to plug them into the training, you want to plug them into the mentoring, you want to plug them into the personal development so they can build their own confidence, build their own belief, and then build their own vision of what they can accomplish. And once people do that in their mind, it's amazing what we can achieve in terms of our successes. So, Opulence Commandment number 10, and we're getting close, ladies and gentlemen. Number 10, you want to connect to every weekly webinar that the company is offering. Every weekly webinar, you want to make sure you're plugged in, because you want to make sure you're in tune with everything that's going on in the company. Product Crossfire on Mondays at 8. Forensic Networker calls Tuesday at 9. So on Saturday, our Saturday live webinars and trainings. We have sort of our monthly leadership cocktail. You do not want to miss these actual trainings and information. Why? There could be one small nugget of information that is shared on that webinar that, guess what, is the one thing that you needed to hear to progress for you to achieve that success target for that particular month. And if you're not on these calls, guess who else is on these calls? Your team, because you're not promoting it. And so not only are you hurting and hampering yourself, you're also hurting and hampering your team, because they will do what you do. So if you're not plugging into these calls, your team's not plugging into these calls, and you are doing them a disservice. I said it already. You may be a superstar. Maybe you can succeed without these calls. I doubt it, but maybe you're an outlier and you are amazing, and you can make it happen, which anything is possible. But your team needs a proper system, resourcing, and tools to plug in to succeed. And without them succeeding, guess who's not going to succeed? You're not going to succeed. So again, I don't want to beat a dead horse, so to speak, but just follow the framework that's in place, because this is what's created the success of all the people that you look at on the stage today with Opulence Global. You look at Renee, you look at Ronan, you look at Ifra, you look at Henry. All of these folks, they follow this framework. So if you just did what they did, it's inherent that you probably stand a better chance of having what they have. And I believe a lot of people on this call would love to say, I would love to be there. I would love to have that. So all you need to do is follow the guidance that's provided and it's here for you. And guess what? You're gonna have it. And that's something that is in essence a given. So next, number 12, get your MO box, aka your boss box. And I have a personal thing to share because I mean, like everyone, you think that there's a better way, and you think that you have a system that's going to work, and I will challenge you that it's not going to work the way that you probably think that it will. And so it's funny because I love different systems. I love technology. And the thing I realize is that not using this box, you spend so much time back and forth trying to figure out, what your next step is, that you waste way too much time. And so the great thing is if you use this box properly, you come to the month, you come to the day, you come to that, you just grab all your cards, and away you go. You're smiling and you're dialing immediately. No thought, no planning. No, the plan is already in place. It's there for you. And if you utilize this, again, it's one of your keys to success. Don't shortchange your business. And I know a lot of us will shortchange our business. We'll say, oh, I don't want to spend the money. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. But again, you're in the investment you're making is the thing that's going to help you to achieve your success. So again, don't shortchange yourself. Get the tools. If you have it, your team's going to have it, and it's going to be something that's definitely going to help them to make sure that they make sure they succeed. So so again, your success process, and it's just you do something, and they say you rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. You call, you use your script that you've created, whether it's something that's been created by the company or you've taken a script and you've modified it to make it your own. You do your presentation. They're either in or they out. You ask for referrals, you follow up, and you just do it again. You do it again. So you call someone on your prospect list, you've got something to say, you follow your script, you've got someone to then who's shown interest, you present to them, you get some sort of a booking, whether that booking is for a product sale or whether it's for a business opportunity, and then you ask for referrals. You know what? I realize that FOL has done wonders to help you with your blood pressure, to help you with your sugar. Who else do you know who can benefit from using FOL, who may be having similar challenges to what you have? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? My background, I used to be a headhunter and a recruiter. And one of the key things that we used to do is every time we are actually doing anything relative to making a placement, we always go back to who do you know? I call someone about an opportunity and they're not interested. Brian, you know what? I'm really happy with my existing job. I'm not looking to move. Oh, you know what, Henry? Well, you're in this field. You have a lot of experience and a lot of connections. Who do you know who you think would be a great fit for this opportunity? Who do you know that you think would be interested in hearing about FOL? Who do you know that you think can benefit from some of the things that you've gotten from the use of FOL, where you want them to have similar benefits? And you can use that now to broaden your list and broaden your connections, and again, be able to advance your business. So, how do you generate the leads? And again, your prosperity book is going to go through this. And again, we have a lot of memory joggers. You need to have a list of anywhere between 200 plus customers and prospects at any one time. These are how you're going to sell. These are how you're going to move products. If you don't have people to sell to every single month, then your business is not moving or progressing the way it should move or it should progress. So now it's again, I like to use analogies. You open up your store, you got a corner store, and no one comes in. You have no customers. What's going to happen? How are you going to make money? you've got no one to talk to, no one walking into your store. I mean, we are creating those conversations by initiating the calls and initiating. But again, once you've done that over a couple of years, guess what? You have repeat customers. But you have to do the legwork up front to set yourself up for success. And this is what creates that. Again, connect with your upline support team to, have them help you through this process. Create your list. Then you want to put this list in your MO forensic box and start the call program to make sure you're connecting with them about, what you have to offer. I just launched a new business. I need to tell you about it. I need you to know what I have available so that either it can be something for you or you may know someone who could benefit from some of these products. And I would really appreciate how you can assist me. So again, we've got prospecting scripts. Hi Jack, what is your schedule like next week? Let's catch up for coffee. I love this one. I love this one because at the end of the day, you're not giving too much information. You're not sort of, again, putting too much stress on yourself as to what you're going to say or how you're going to say it. Let's meet for coffee. And that's it. You meet for coffee, and guess what that conversation is going to be about? Maybe it's about business. Maybe it's about building like and trust. Maybe it's about solidifying your relationship. Again, at the end of the day, these conversations are conversations that you're going to be putting sort of in your funnel of activity that's going to drive you to customer product sales and as well to your business partners by, again, identifying what people's challenges are that they're facing in life and what is the solution that I can provide them so that they can in turn have success. Hi, Jill. I want to get together this week. How simple is that? Hey, I'm coming to your area. Are you around? Yeah, I'm around. What did you have in mind? Oh, I just want to get together and have a coffee. We haven't spoken in a while. Pretty simple. Or if you're someone who wants to get right to it and wants to get right to business, you can tell them, hi, Jack, we need to get together to talk about a new project I'm working on. I'm putting together a launch team and to bring this project to life. And I want to sit down with you and talk to you about it, let you know what I'm doing. And so again, there's so many different things, and depending on who you're calling, maybe you use the script based on the relationship you have with that person. If it's someone that you really, really respect, say, hey, Ronan, I took a look at something and I would really like to get your take on it. Would you mind sitting down and just give me your 2 cents on it? So again, you're drawing at their ego, that you believe in them and you value their input, and or if it's someone who they respect you, Brian, you know what? I'm doing something. I need to sit down with you. I need to go over with you because I think it would be good for you. Simple, easy things to say. All you want to do is you want to contact 10 people per day. Oh, and again, over 10 days, that's 100 people you've spoken to. You want to fill your calendar, and that's basically the MO box. You do this, and you're going to be registering and or selling products to customers, 3 to 4 customers a week. And so, again, this is really what you want to be striving for. We talked about building like and trust a little bit, and this is again something that we all need to get better at. You want to build like and trust on social media. We want to build like and trust with every person that we are connected to, because people will do business with you if they like you and trust you. And if they don't like you and trust you, and you're just reaching out to promote something, it's going to be more of a challenge for you. So the key is to find that balance of when you need to build the trust and when you need to present the opportunity, and you just go for it. But there's no perfect way to do this. At the end of the day, you just do the activity and you don't look at the results, but you know that those results are going to happen because this is a numbers game, and you're eventually going to run into the people who have need if you're doing those things over and over again. And we're getting to the end, and this is, I can't emphasize how important this is, the art of your 2-minute story, because again, people need to understand why you're in business and what it is that you're looking to achieve. and what's your success level been? And this is a 2 minute story. I know sometimes we call people up to share their 2 minute story, and the 2 minute story is 30 minutes. So we need to really get better at this. And so, when you launch your business, why you launch your business, who introduced you, any sort of a product testimonial, any sort of a business testimonial. I mean, those are the key components. You need to sort of put together that testimonial, practice it, and get very, very good at it, and be prepared to be called on. And when you're called on, those are the components of the 2 minute story. Hi, my name is Brian Arundel. I launched with Opulence Global in November of 2009. I actually got started because I saw an opportunity to be able to build, an income that I could pass down to my kids. I really believe that it's my job to make sure I make their lives better than mine ever was, and that was the reason. My dad introduced me, and back was the one who introduced me, and in the first, the exciting thing was in the first 7 to 10 days, I made my investment back, and I firmly believe that once I did that, that the world was my oyster, and my success was inevitable. Today I've got a team of over 8,000 people in over 70 countries globally around the world. And my vision is to help as many people as I can succeed in business. And I'm so excited to be, part of this amazing opportunity. Very, very simple, very quick, very to the point. Again, it might have been even less than 2 minutes, but it's got to be impactful. It's got because people are going to resonate with your story. They're going to resonate with what you say. And you may not have anyone in the room, but what you say is the impact that makes someone want to join the business because they say, hey, I'm just like that guy. I got the same reason why I want to build the business. You know what? I want to achieve that success. And so you want to sit down and you want to create your testimonial. And again, it can be product based, it can be business based. And this is something that, again, you need to do that today. And the one thing I want to really instill on everyone, and this is something I want everyone to be put as your motto for 2024. If something crosses your mind to do it now. Do it now. Do it now. Not in 10 minutes, not in 20 minutes, not tomorrow. Do it now. And if you do that and you instill that in your mind as the framework of what you're going to be doing in your company, I tell you, I'm not kidding you. You will be 2025, when 2025 rolls around, looking back at what you achieved in 2024 will be much more substantial than what it would be by you procrastinating, putting off everything you can do today. Don't put off till tomorrow what you can get done today. Do it today. And if you do that, your success is going to be faster earned, and you're going to get to your target much, much faster. So, that's, the 30 days training for today. I saw that our host, I believe, popped in here. So it's great. I don't know if there's any questions that people have, and I'm just going to sort of take a look at the questions. Hey, Sherry, how are you? My mentor, my leader, my mom in business. The funny thing is Sherry's not my sponsor, but everyone probably will believe that Sherry's my sponsor. Sherry's probably my closest ally in the business, and she's someone that we connect with. And so again, she was my five. But she's like my mom in the business. She's taught me pretty much almost everything that I know. So it's great to have her here. So I don't know if anyone has any questions. I wasn't sort of watching the chat or the questions as they're popping up. So if there's anything, we can address them quickly.
Thank you so much, Brian, for excellent training as always. And thank you for calling me at 6 o'clock in the morning and to wake me up and make sure that I'm out here.
Sherry, I know that you're my rock. So anytime I need help, you're the first person to call. Sorry.
Anytime, for sure. So I think the official host in Thailand may have some connection issues, and Yeah, I believe that's the case. So I just jumped down, and Ivy made me a host. So I will make the announcement later.
Mhm.
In the meantime, we do have some questions. So let me check the Q&A, and maybe we can get Brian to answer.
Mhm.
So where is the here? So Karen was asking, sometimes newcomers are challenged with the concept of infinite follow-up.
Mhm.
They are afraid of bothering people. And can you share how you employ infinite follow-up with in your business?
That's actually a great question because a lot of people may not realize that everyone talks about me being Mr. Africa, but they don't. At the end of the day, Africa started after 2 years, about a year and a half to 2 years of follow up. So it was amazing. I mean, actually, Sherry, you and I were doing a project in Hong Kong at the time, and
Yeah,
I remember I came home from an event and I said I'm going to do some what we call income generating activities. So that for me that day was I jumped on Facebook and I just put a picture of a ring on Facebook. About 2 or 3 days later, this lady messages me from California. Her name was Rosangela. And Rosangela says to me, Brian, I love your ring. I'm originally from Brazil. Is it possible? I realize you're doing a business that's in jewelry. Is it possible for me to take the business to Brazil? I said, yeah, of course. I can show you how to do
sure.
that. Um, you know, Again, following up with her because she didn't do it right away. She actually introduced me to a gentleman in Ghana. His name was Andrews. And Andrews, same story. Brian, I love the business. I want to participate. And I just kept following up, following up, following up. At the end of the day, people are not, if they tell you to get lost, to say it nicely, then you respect their wishes. And so, until people tell me those particular words, I just continue to follow up. And so at the end of the day, it was funny because Andrews decided he was going to launch before Rosangela. And out of respect for Rosangela, I went back to her and I said, Rosangela, Andrews wants to launch his business today. Do you want to sponsor him or should I? And Andrew says, and she said, no, 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 I want to sponsor him. So, that was probably about 12 to 18 months, after that original conversation. But I treated Andrews like he was a partner right from day one. I mean, he was bringing me prospects. I was doing the tour. I was showing the business over and over and over again to all of, anyone that he would put in front of me because at the end of the day, I'm supposed to be doing a certain amount of tours every single week. Now, if he didn't join and they joined, then again, I would just go, if they're ready to join and Andrew's not ready to join, I go back to Andrews and I say, Andrews, um, you know, Edward wants to join. Do you want to sponsor him or should I? Andrew says, no, 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 I want to sponsor him. Then I go back to Andrew, I go back to Rosangela. I said, Rosangela, Andrews wants to join. Do you want to sponsor him or should I? And she says, no, 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 I want to sponsor him. And so at the end of the day, a lot of times those activities that are created creates that momentum that will happen from something that you think is not going to happen. It does happen. But it's
Absolutely.
literally it's so important. Being again, they say they say the fortune is in the follow-up. I really, really do believe that that is a key component to success in business, and that's in any business.
Yeah, 100% agree. And timing is different for everyone. So I think, with the right timing, the people will join you. And as long as you are, keeping up with your business. So we do have Monica was asking earlier, what is a PBS number in commitment number 5? Go back to your slide.
Okay, let me see what number. Oh, the PBS.
PBS
Yeah,
number.
I think I know what she's referring to. It's hold on a second. Let's go back to number 5.
Happy New Year, Mavis. So in the meantime, if you like to share a few words and you like to, if you have any questions, drop into the like Q&A. We have a few more minutes to go. So thank you, Roland. Yes, I love my LD3 shirt, t-shirt.
I think that's just a general information support line for Opulence. So you see how it says PBS Somalia. It's just basically like a personal business support line
Mm-hmm.
for the Opulence global headquarters. That again, if you're wherever you are in the world, the great thing about WhatsApp is that if you have a Wi-Fi connection, you can connect to them pretty much for free. You can make your calls and you don't have to worry about any long distance. But that's just a personal support line for Opulence headquarters, the
Absolutely.
WhatsApp support line.
And okay, excellent. Thank you, Brian. And Shauna was asking, for 8,000 people, how many partners have you signed up?
60, 60.
60. So not
Yeah.
even 10%. Not
Thanks.
even.
Thanks, Sherry.
But that's the beauty of the business. You do
It
not
is.
have to
It
sign
is.
up
It
8,000
is.
people.
It is. It is the beauty. It is the beauty of business. Yes. At the end of the day, we know that the business is really predicated on one, introducing a minimum of two people. At the end of
Uh-huh.
the day, the next key is it's not about necessary introductions as much as it's about training. That's
Absolutely.
one thing that we are missing in a lot of cases is that yeah, we'll go out and respond to the world, but if we're not helping those people to succeed, guess what? They're not going to stay. And so at the
Exactly.
end of the day, we have to have a balance of one, um,
Yeah.
personal introductions, but also connecting, training those people to make sure they have the tools and resourcing to succeed. And then at the end of the day, then they get out of their way and let them do what they do. I mentioned earlier that Ramin says we don't need your money, we need your talent. So, when we have someone who's talented, we lead them to the tools, we lead them to the resources, we stay in touch with them. And it's something that I'm still getting better at. Is that connection piece where you need to be in touch with your partners on a regular basis. You don't just register them and disappear. And that goes for your customers as well as it does for your personal partners.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. So, in the meantime, let me see how I make Carolyn to talk. Because Carolyn raised her hand. I believe she has a few words to share, but I don't know where I can do it. Brian, can you do it?
I'll see if I can actually.
Yeah. But somehow I don't see the option to make her
Okay, I got her.
oh,
Yes.
here we go. Thank you. Hello,
Hi,
Karen.
good. Hi, Sherry. So nice to see you. I also was admiring your LD3 shirt. It's a beautiful color.
Thank you.
So first, I want to thank Brian for the absolutely excellent training, as always. And Brian, as you were speaking, so first of all, I have the privilege and honor of having Brian as my sponsor and my mentor. And of course, Sherry's in my upline and has been just instrumental in actually getting me into the right mindset. So it's mindset that I just wanted to comment on. So part of my 2 minute story is that within 45 minutes, I launched my business after Brian showed me the compensation plan. And for such a long time, I operated from the space of expecting everybody else to do the same thing as me. And it really led to a lot of frustration. It led to sort of like a desperation in my communications with my prospects. So one of the concept that Brian really, and Sherry too, back in the day, really they really emphasized is that you got to meet people where they are, right? And Don't put any big dollar signs on their forehead. I think I was doing that for a while. Yeah, so I just wondered if the two of you could talk a little bit about that, like how to operate from the space of, creating value and meeting people where they are and not trying to force or not trying to sell. Because it is sort of it is something that's so easy to slip into, especially when you're maybe different in terms of decision making from the person that you're working with.
Yeah, that's actually a great comment. The main way to do that is just by asking questions. I mean, at the end of the day, you don't want to make any assumptions. You want to ask questions and you want to really be actively listening to what they're saying. They're going to tell you what it is, what's important to you, what's important to them. So in your mind, you know what's important to you, but that's totally irrelevant when you're having that conversation or that dialogue with people. So you need to find out why they're talking to you. You know, Sherry, I'm really glad that you decided to sit down with me. What was the reason why you decided that you would talk to me? And you let Sherry say, why she decided to sit down. So, based on what are you hoping to get out of this conversation? Like, what are you hoping this is going to end up like? And get her to share. If someone's looking at the business, you ask them, you know what? I'm so excited by the fact that you want to partner with me. What is your vision of what you can get out of this company, or what do you want to attain from the company? You know what, Brian? I would love to be able to build an income where I can make $1,000, an extra $1,000 a week. And then I turn around and say, why do you want to make $1,000 a week? You can make 60,000. So again, they're saying what it is, what's important to them based on where they're at. And why are you making your job even harder, right? They say they want to make $1,000 a week, then help them make $1,000 a week, and then let them decide when they're ready to make 5,000 a week, or when they're ready to make 10,000 a week. Because again, in their mind, they're thinking that that's their value that they deserve or that they can achieve. They think it's possible for them to achieve 1,000. It's not that they didn't hear the six. They may not have heard the 60,000, but in their mind, that's attainable. And if they believe it's attainable, they'll work harder for that than they will for the 60,000 because they don't think the 60,000 is really doable. And if they don't believe it's doable, it's not doable. It just isn't. If in your mind you don't believe it's doable, you're not going to do it. You're not going to put the work in to do something that you think is not attainable.
It's all about mindset.
It's all about mindset, and it's all about asking questions. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Listen, 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 listen. Zip your lip, bite your tongue, and listen. Let them share everything they have to share. You make your notes, and you sort of look back at your notes at the end of the conversation, and you pull out those key things that they told you was important to them, and those are the things you focus on, not the things that are important to you. That's it.
Excellent point. Thank you so much, Brian, as always. So do we have any more questions or anyone else like to share? We give you a couple more minutes and then I'm going to start to make the announcement. Then we're going to call it a day early. Well, it's early here. So I guess today everyone's been a little bit quiet. And let's see, any comments, any more questions? I know Brian got to get up super early today to prepare for, get ready for the call. It's the first Saturday training, actually after the New Year call. And this is very important to us. So I was getting ready to get up, but then I saw a call from Brian. I said, oh my gosh, what's going on here? So I'm glad that we actually pulled the trigger and everything goes together at the end. All right, I guess that's about it, Brian. No more questions. Perfect. You guys are amazing, and thank you, Brian. You are amazing, and everyone just come in your amazing training. Thank you, Brian. You're the best.